Man, this thing's got bull trap written all over it. Welcome,
Yeah,
ladies
I
and
know.
gentlemen, to the
Oh,
Daily Hype with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Base. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
morning, morning. Wow, what a great day yesterday. Hope you guys caught the long stream with Matt McGregor, you Matt McGregor.
I
It's
was
a little
there. I
earlier
was
for me
there.
than usual. With Mark Wood.
Yeah. Yesterday's show was sensational. It was
Yeah,
great.
it was I was just telling Matt before the show, whenever we do the show with Mark Wood, I always try to get him to pick a direction, like, hey, are you super bullish, super bearish? And it's always like both. And whenever the price is pumping, it's always like, hey, here's why you want to be careful. Here's why you want to be careful. And then yesterday, hey, Mark, is there a reason to be careful? He's like, no.
Nope. Well, I really enjoyed the back and forth with Mark yesterday, and he was trying to paint me into a corner of like, what do you think about like a time duration on this? Where do you see like a forecast, the top on this market? And go back, go if you don't. Today's show is going to be a little short, just touch base show from review the day. But yesterday's show was a real deep dive, so go back and look at that. But it was really fun because I don't have any targets, so we'll have a look. I'll burst through the show real quick. There's nothing to add that hasn't been added, except for how exciting, really. I might even put this. This is a daily time frame right now. I might even. I mean, look at it right there. I mean, this. I put this purple line in from the all-time
Matt,
high.
you're not screen sharing, brother.
Oh, that could be really dangerous.
I
Let's have a
know.
look.
It's earlier than usual for both of us.
How about now? Is it loaded? Am I there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
You're
got
good
there.
now.
I mean, I put this purple line in at the all-time high, and I can make it even bigger just for the sake of the song here. That's the all-time high, right? And I mean, last night we flirted with it. We super flirted with it. So
It,
it
it
it's
did.
yeah, it absolutely it 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 is so like Bitcoin and like most charts really to have a pullback here. Totally fine, especially when you look at how far extended we are from some of these moving averages. The seven simple moving average is my baby. It's the bread and butter. The price is People are going to hate me saying this. The price is always going to be either above or below it. But that's a reversion to the mean for me, right? I view that as it really hugs the price. It's always going with the price. It's a seven simple moving average. Have a look at it. It'll either be above or below it. And at the moment, when it gets that far extended above it, it has to catch up, and it's doing that right now. So it would be totally fine for me if this meanders and it comes back and retouches, goes below, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it does absolutely make sense that it has come back off the all-time high. I have not lost any conviction. I'm not putting a bearish case on the table. You're not going to hear that from me today. I absolutely love what we're looking at right now. We got a little overextended on the EMA on the daily time frame. Copy curve's beautiful. The Socrates EXA absolutely beautiful. Nothing else to look at the daily time frame. Fully locked and loaded. We're just coming for a pullback. It's going to be very interesting to see how deep the pullback gets because let's just say it stops here and then reworks its way back up. And I say here, I mean, let's say it stops at just a random number, an arbitrary number at 71,500. That would show amazing strength for me that we didn't even get back to the seven simple moving average. We didn't even do that. That would be a power move for Bitcoin. But if it came back down to the seven simple moving average at say 69,200 as it stands right now, it's totally fine as well. It's totally fine to come back and retest the breakout point. These are all by the dips at this point. um, we're looking really, really fantastic. Nothing, my conviction hasn't changed. The 4 hour time frame. Oh, Tone, is tomorrow the end of the month?
Yes. Tomorrow is
Right.
also Halloween. I don't know how Japan celebrates it or
It does.
Australia.
I was at the big air base, military base on Saturday night. We had a massive big Halloween show. I got a mate here, ex Special Forces, got me onto the base, US base with his card. It was brilliant. I was so impressed. I've never met so many fine Americans in one location at one time. I thought you guys were all scumbags. That's what the internet tells me. But they were the most genuine, lovely people I've ever met. So it was fantastic. The 4 hour time frame is doing that thing. We came up. We got to the same spot, obviously, and it's the MRI count is to the downside. Is this going to have that 1 to 4 candle correction? I think that there's some possibility for some downside, but I would be really like if it came all the way back down to 69, which was that same thing we looked at on the daily time frame. I really like that for a buy the dip. I'm still fully in all my trades from 60,500, so nothing for me to do. 4 hour time frame looks totally fine. Interestingly, the EXA here had that cross here at a really good topping point up back up probably on this candle right here. It does sort of repaint that back a candle, but that pulled at that EXA cross in. So when this crosses back bullish again, we're looking good. Same thing on the RSI. We did get pretty overextended. Let's see if we can come back, retest the simple moving average here, but stay above it. You know, all good, all good. Nothing to freak out about. Last thing I'll finish off for the day is, I kind of selfishly want us to come down, and it's right where I want it to be without having to go any lower right now to reset Bang Box into.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. Has BangBox reset? And it looks like it should reset on current candle if it closes a few dollars lower than right now.
Yeah, well, we've had 1, 2, 3, and we're working on the fourth chance. We have to actually close this candle below the
Right.
128 period. So, I
Right,
mean,
but you got 5 minutes to go and you're below it. You're below the oh, not anymore.
no. No. And so this is what my only personal frustration. I want to see it close below there before we rock it any higher, just so we get another chance to lock and load on the trade. But look, that doesn't mean anything to anybody watching except for the few hundred people we've got using Bangbox right now. They'll probably all be, you know, eyeballing this and really want to get the taste of it. I think we're going to get the chance. If it's not in this candle, I mean, tomorrow the price might be down at bloody 69. So we're flirting for nothing. But that's what we're looking at right now. Speaking of which, go over to the Financial Summit Network, check out this fantastic video that my partner Blue made. It's as it loads right now. It's called Trading Bots on Blowfin. It's a 5 minute tutorial. You can set up on Blowfin. We've got another one for a BitGet there as well. Absolutely fantastic. 5 minutes, you can set up a free trading bot. This thing is going through the roof. There's an excellent sign up bonus. This is going to end. They extended it. We're good enough to extend it for another week. This is about to end. Great sign up bonus on Blowfin. It's a non KYC exchange. Absolutely take advantage of that. Otherwise, if you love BitGet, why not use BitGet? It's also fantastic. Tone, I'm coming back to you in 3, 2, 1. Please like and subscribe, guys, if you're interested in any of that stuff I've been talking about, including alphanumerics and the MRI. The links are in the description below. You can't miss it. Tone, what are you seeing, brother?
All right. So the first thing I saw, well, the first thing I looked at while you were speaking, the moment you started speaking, is I went and took a look at how much Bitcoin the ETFs purchased yesterday. So I'm
Mm.
going to refresh this for you guys because I have it on another monitor. So this is what it was on Monday. Here's what it was last week. Monday last week is missing because they only show you the last 5 days. Let me refresh this for you guys. Check this out. Look at this.
No, double.
But it's a cumulative effect, right? So I filled it into my spreadsheet. This month alone, iShares purchased 50,000 Bitcoin. That's just iShares for the month. Okay. Fidelity comes in, well, tied for second pretty much with Bitwise and Fidelity at only 3,300. Look at this massive disparity about people buying into the BlackRock ETF versus the Fidelity ETF. This is just obscene.
It pisses me off, man. Like this is playing out in real time. BlackRock owns the world, every industry, all the farmland, and all the housing across all the world. And now they're eating Bitcoin. At the same time, they'll own it all. And don't sell your Bitcoin to these fucks. Come on.
And no, it's okay. Like no company can dominate the world. They'll fall like every other historical company that
Empire.
wanted to dominate the world.
Empire.
They'll all eventually fall. And GBTC is still selling a little bit. So what I do is I combine the big boy GBTC with the GBTC mini, and that's how I get minus 98 Bitcoin that's been cumulatively bought or sold by the Grayscale 2 ETFs. And this is how I get my numbers. And here are the numbers for the month. For the month of October, with today is the 30th, tomorrow's the 31st. With 2 more days of data to go, we are almost at 60,000. So I'm kind of hoping today is a neutral day, so not much gets sold, and maybe tomorrow is a little bit of an up day. I want to see this number above 60,000, and we may even challenge the March number, creating the third largest purchases by the ETFs since the first month, full month of inception. It will actually be the second highest number. We're going to challenge the 67. And like I've been saying, there's just not enough Bitcoin to go around. We are 5,000 Bitcoin away from all of the American ETFs, holding 1 million Bitcoin between them. So all the statistics are right here in this ETF spreadsheet. If anyone's curious, I'm going to go ahead and throw this link into the live chat of the show. So you can go ahead and click on it from there. I have the this should say monthly. Hold on. Not weekly. This used to be weekly, but now it's monthly because it was starting to get annoying. And I have the volume calculations right here. You can also see the BlackRock ETF crushing it in volume. It's trading more shares than all of the rest combined. It's actually close to holding more shares than all the rest combined too. At this rate, it'll definitely get there. Another 50 spot on a month or two, and they'll have it. So you have the data there. I update the shares, like once a week or something. So this needs to match at 100%. When you update the shares in line with the numbers, they do match. Okay, let's go to the price action. The monthly chart, I'm waiting 3 more days, man. I'm gonna get the green star candle. I thought it was absolutely fascinating that when Mark went to the 2-month chart, look, the 2-month chart is not like October of election year, right? With Bitcoin only being around for 16 years. The 2-month chart actually has a bit of a history. It's a decent chart to look at. And a green star candle has never failed us. And we're on a green star candle right now, actually, on the 2-month. We've had the green star candle since we broke last month's high. A green star candle on a 2 months has never failed us. It has always kicked off a bull market. And almost every time that candle reached an MRI top. There's only one time where it did not keep going higher. The very first time it happened, it got to an MRI top. The second time it happened, it got to an MRI top. The third time it happened, it got to an MRI top. Only the fourth time, but it was a consecutive. The consecutives are always harder, right? So the second consecutive, that was the fourth green star candle, did not get to an MRI top. It would have been the first and only second consecutive MRI top, but it still went up a lot since the moment the green star candle shows up in the very beginning of this candle, and the price still goes up like 1,000%, even though it never made it to an MRI top.
Hey,
That
these are 2 months as well, so
these are
that
2 month candles, right?
that's suggesting, if I'm doing the math right, another 14 months of upside potentially.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. The time in September 2020 made it to an MRI top, and the one last year with the bull market fully raging already, as Matt stated yesterday, we made it to an MRI top. It has never failed, never failed. And here we are again. Maybe it'll fail this time, but I highly doubt it. My first target on this entire mess is $102,000, which represents a Fibonacci extension, and then we reevaluate everything from there. Let's glance at our 1 monthly chart. 1 month will give us a green star candle next month. The 1 month green stars have failed in the past, most notably the all-time high version that topped in November. That was I guess the biggest fail of a green star candle. But other than that, the monthly green stars have also been very, very good. The weekly candle is gonna close at a brand new all-time high. We may not get the daily all-time close. We may have not gotten a swing high, but as long as we hold 71,500, we will get a new weekly high close. It'll come the day after the month ends, and we'll see if we're flirting with the monthly all-time close. Right now, we are still ahead of the monthly all-time close. The daily may take a couple of days. My allocation remains in this state. I remain in my leverage position. I have not yet panicked. I think we're gonna find a low probably today. And by the way, did we close below your moving
Yeah,
average?
yeah, we
We did?
reset.
We're reset. Okay, excellent. Uh, I think there's a 10 a.m. reversal coming, hopefully from the downside to the upside. We won't be streaming for that. If we are to go down, where is a realistic pullback? I mean, the most realistic pullback is back at the breakout area, which is all the way at 69. I'm hoping we go and make a proper swing high, not a swing high by a dollar or two, but a swing high by at least $2,000 before coming back to that. So I want to see us challenge 75 before coming back down to that 69, $70,000 area. So one more profitable bank box trade, and then we're good to pull back. Um, that's kind of what I'm looking at here. I deleted a lot of the lines on this daily chart. We did exactly that last time. We made a top at 66. The market went to 69, so 4,000 higher, and then it pulled back to 65 area twice actually. And now I would like to see that again. Add 4,000 or 5,000 to 69 brings us to 74, $75,000 area, and then potentially a pullback. And this is a really good way for markets to pull back. The lines that get a little cluttered. Eventually, we will likely pull back into this upwards trend line. I drew this trend line as least conservative as possible, most bullish I can draw this trend line. I don't want to come back to it right now because coming back to it right now means that we break we almost break even the next level of support that we already had. So if we are going to come back over to this trend line, I would like to see a slow grind higher after the election into like Christmas, and then, or into at least early December, maybe touch that 78, 79 area, and then without any major pullbacks, and then pull into it, kind of marking the swing high we're about to make. That would create a nice proper pullback, something like that. So that's kind of what I want to see. What I think is going to happen is we are on pace for a daily MRI top. I think we'll get there. This is the 4 candle. If the 4 candle pulls back, if the 5 candle kind of pulls back a smidge, sets us up very nicely to make it to that MRI top. The 4-hour couldn't do it. We were close for a second consecutive MRI top. Remember what I said, if the 5th candle was to pull back, I said that in yesterday morning show, I think. If the 5th candle was to pull back, then it would be easier to get to that MRI top. The 5th candle rallied, even though it pulled back later. The 6th candle rallied the moment we started to pull back. Now it becomes a lot tougher. And maybe we make it to an MRI buy on the 4-hour. If we do, I would like for it to stay, maybe breach 71,000 for a minute. But I don't really want to see us lose this moving average. I also don't want to see my leverage position get close to break even. I'd like to keep it that way. I don't want to see us go below 70.5. And off of 70.5, I really want to see us rally to the upside. I remain very bullish here across all time frames, even though the MRI is obviously not bullish on this short-term stuff. The 1 hour can definitely get to an MRI buy opportunity. at this moving average around 71. We are just on a red star candle. We got 4 or 5 more hours to go to get there. Maybe. I really don't want to see us break 71 to keep this momentum going. So that's kind of what I am looking at. I'm still expecting us to, cross over into this green zone. So by January, I expect us to be in this mid $90,000 vicinity by end of January, and that should cross into the green line. I really want to see that, and hopefully we cross into the purple before the market tops. And that means we're gonna break 200K by July of next year. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice.
Nice.
I was at a friend's birthday yesterday here in Panama. Man, we were all bullish. We were like talking about all of this. Like, some of the guys are also Bitcoiners. He's like, throwing out numbers at which he can retire. It was good. It was
Yeah, it's a fun conversation to have. Try
yeah,
not to you don't want to live in that with your mind in that space. You got to get back to
yeah,
work with a grind, but sometimes it's fun to celebrate that.
yeah. No one wants to admit how much Bitcoin they have, but everyone seems to want to. But everyone seems to be willing to admit at what Bitcoin price are they ready to retire.
Yeah, that's right.
People keep asking me to measure the target of the cup and handle. I did that yesterday as well. I'll do it again. For me, it's easy. You take the most conservative aspect of it. I'll throw out a monthly chart for simplicity. Okay. The drop of the cup and handle is about 50,000. I'm going to round it to 50K. And now all you do is flip the line and you go up 50K. I do not do this by percentage. It gives you an unreasonable target. And there's the target. $125,000, which is a number Mark and I discussed. That is your cup and handle target. Don't use percentages. Oh, I went too far. 120,000. 50,000. That's the target. That's the run up. 50,000 as of 70,000 breakout. Okay. So I take the average of the lines. So my view is 120,000 is the target. I just want this number above 50, a smidge above 50.
Man, Bitcoin
There.
is
No, 53. That's way too high.
Bitcoin's not crashing, but it's doing that thing where it dips pretty heavily. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. Unfortunately, we're not going to be live for the 10 a.m. reversal. Looks like. What does the pre-market look like on the stock market?
Yeah, let's go find out. Yeah, it is dropping a bit more than I'd like. Maybe I should get rid of that leverage position. It's nicely in profit right now.
Oh, hold it forever. Keep the faith.
Uh, Traditional markets just opened. This is the first 10 minutes. Let's go and take a look. This is the weekly. We're still in the midst of a little pullback. Remember, election is coming. I'm gonna do an election stream. Well, on the day of the election, but I'm also probably gonna do a stream today or tomorrow, probably today. I'll try to do a stream about the election, which is gonna my political stream about the election on my personal channel. This is the weekly. Here is your daily on the S&P. Nothing special, just consolidating as expected. Let's go to the 1 hour, going down, 10-minute, and 5-minute. So here's the opening candle. I really like this for the 10 a.m. reversal.
Me too. So do I.
I really, really like it. Let me look at it from opening moments. We are now down 18. This is right in my wheelhouse. We're 5 minutes from now, we're going to be within the zone. Oh, here's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for a reversal candle and the breach of a candle swing high. So this is when I start gearing up. I want to try to close my eyes for the next 7 minutes and not touch it until at least 10 minutes to 10 a.m. And the more it falls
Is
right
it?
now, the more giddy I get for the 10 a.m. reversal.
What time is it in America now? What time is it?
It is, it's in my bottom right-hand corner, right there.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
9:43 a.m.
Is this happening too soon with it? But is it too far away from
No.
10 a.m.?
Well, it's about 7 minutes away from 10 a.m. Well, so it's not literally, right? But it's about 7 minutes away from the trade potentially entering.
Yeah.
And the more it falls in the next 7 minutes, the
Yeah.
happier I get about timing the 10 a.m. reversal.
No, I agree with that. I just mean like let's just say hypothetically we bounce, 5 points now. That sort of is ugly. It's annoying then,
Yeah, no. I don't want to see a bounce of 5 points right now. I don't want this candle to be the reversal candle. I
That's
want
what
to
I
see
mean.
a doji. I want to see a doji candle next candle. So basically, what I kind of want to see is because this candle is so massive, I'm gonna want like maybe two candles of let me see if I can find a good example here. What I want is ignore this situation because this is the most annoying thing you can get on a 10 a.m. reversal, but it's not happening at 10 a.m. I want to see something like this. If this is my massive candle, I want to see a candle, this one here, this 2 p.m. candle on Friday, and then I want to see the next candle looking exactly like after that, and that's when I enter the trade.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
understood.
another another good sample set after a big dropped candle would be, yeah, this is not as good, not as good. It's still workable. Also not as good. Trying to find you the perfect a perfect example here after a big drop. It's a little harder after a big drop. Things tend to slow down a bit. So here's another example, right? Here's a big drop. Here's a candle that's not good enough for me to reverse on. This looks like it's good, but it's tricky. And then it gave me this beautiful doji right here. And now I'm all ready to go. So if this is happening at like 10:05, I'm good to go. Right. So the low comes in here. I don't want to see a low come in on this candle. A little too early. I'd like to see a bit more of a drop
Can you pull up the
and then
Bitcoin
buy
chart?
right off that
Can you
low.
pull up that
What's
that
up?
chart? Pull up that chart you have where it compares Bitcoin at exactly that both charts are on at the same time because Bitcoin is
On what time frame?
well, just do 5 minutes on both for it just keep them paralleled because it's Bitcoin's having a nice pop at the same time the stock market is.
Beautiful. See, this makes me a lot more confident in the stock market because Bitcoin pre-runs the stock market sometimes because it just reacts faster because it has a lot less liquidity than the stock market does. So if Bitcoin starts to rally massively here, makes me very, very bullish. But I still want to see a new low in the stock market here. This makes me very, very happy to see. This is the futures that I would actually be trading. And if this ends up marking a low and gives me a doji candle, I am entering the trade 5 minutes from now. I might even be entering a trade with a minute and a half to go in this candle. I don't want to see this candle run away though. I want to see this candle end as a doji candle. Oh, but wait, I'm on a delay here. This is not what it actually looks like. Fucking hell. This is what it actually looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I really wanted to see a low being made a little closer to 10 a.m.
That's what I was
This is a
talking about.
little bit of a
That's
tricky trade. I'm
what I
not
was.
sure what I'm not doing anything yet.
It's exactly what I said. It's exactly what I said. Exactly what I
Hmm.
said. Yeah. All right.
Ah, I would rather see this end as a doji candle. Give me a low next candle and then I'm in. But I may be risking it here and going long. I think the drop's over. I think we're rallying from here on. I may have to wait for a pullback. Maybe I buy the secondary. Yeah, they're not always easy to time. Happened 5 minutes too early. Didn't happen on the candles that I liked. There's also a 10 a.m. option. That's a beautiful reversal candle. Again, happening 10 minutes too early. They're not always perfect. But today's market can easily close bullish. Uh, Easily can have a bullish candle.
Yeah,
Trump
sure.
continues to lead in the polls, even though that doesn't mean he's going to win the election.
All right, let's wind her up.
Yeah, I think we're good. I sneak peek at gold before we close out.
All-time high.
Oil's not doing anything. I still think gold will top this week. I still think this is the topping of gold this week. I think it's going to be pulling back or consolidating for the next few weeks. The market can prove me wrong, but that's how I see it right now. And MicroStrategy is having earnings today, I believe.
Bang.
This is. Oh, I took a look at silver because I always look at gold. I never look at silver. Silver is still so far away from its all-time high. It still is still down 30% from its all-time high compared to gold, which is like 50% above its all-time high. This is why silver is a shitcoin, guys. Please be careful with silver. By the time silver makes it to a new all-time high, the market will be ready for a 50 to a 70% correction. So
Yeah,
be
but
real
you
careful with
you
silver.
need spoons, Tone. You need spoons. That's the thing. That's why silver is always going to have its.
The what?
You need a spoon. You need
You need a
silver
spoon, yeah.
spoon. You know, you can't eat with your Bitcoin.
That's true.
That's the argument.
Uh, Let me, what was the last thing I wanted to check? Oh yeah, MicroStrategy for its earnings. I also been keeping an eye on Ethereum and enjoying it every tick down. Um, and Stocks, MicroStrategy. I really thought MicroStrategy's market cap was higher than it is. I really thought MicroStrategy, because of all the Bitcoin they're holding, its market cap was somewhere in the top 50 companies. It's not. It's barely cracking top 100 companies by market cap. MicroStrategy is going to have to buy 1 million Bitcoin. And then they got a shot, to be in that top 20, top 10, and I'm really wondering what the government's going to do about them at that point. And here's MicroStrategy. I believe earnings are coming up, right? I thought, yeah, here it is. Earnings will take place today after market closed. After market closed. So they didn't announce earnings yet. It's coming. It's on an MRI top. It is pulling back. I don't know. I don't want to see MicroStrategy pop. I would love to see MicroStrategy crash on earnings, and then I may alter my leverage position from futures into MicroStrategy, even though I prefer not to hold individual companies unless it's options on those companies. I may actually look at options once earnings passes because it'll drop the implied volatility. Those that are interested in understanding options, you got to go to tonevase.com. Do I have the link here? I do not. I go over to tonevase.com. Options are coming on the Bitcoin ETFs. My course is awesome. Matt, you've watched it, I believe.
Awesome. Awesome, mate.
And on-demand videos, here it is. Uh, Mastering options trading. It is, if you're going to trade options, it is worth every single penny. I used to charge 3 grand for this. The price is now half price because, reverse inflation.
Guys,
And
book your tickets to the Financial Summit because anyone who attends the Financial Summit gets all of these courses for free. It's a write-off for your ticket anyway. So
That's a good point. You get everything here for free when you sign up for the Financial Summit. And there's still time to get on the villa over the water for free for no additional cost. Not free, but as part of your initial fee. You get a bungalow over the water. You can just, oh man, the fish there is incredible. You just have your snorkel. I wouldn't jump. The water is a little shallow, but you walk right down the stairs and right from your room and you just start snorkeling, looking at the fish. Incredible. All right, guys. On that note, we're gonna call it a day. I really want to take a peek at it. Oh, and there it
yeah,
goes.
there it is.
Anyway, it's I
Bitcoin,
gotta
Bitcoin
start
too.
properly trading these again.
Bitcoin too. Bitcoin too. It looks really good.
Beautiful. And we reset. At what if we go straight up? At what price is Bangbox gonna make the trade? Let me open a 15-minute chart here.
Well,
So
it's
I
time.
have
Yeah, time and sensitive as well as.
So my orange is the 128 day, sorry, 128 period. It's not exponential. It's simple, but it'll be close enough to.
No, it's not. We use exponential, so we're already
I
way
know,
off.
I know. You use exponential. I just use simple. But it gives me a little bit of an estimate. You crossed to the downside on
That's
this
right.
candle here.
Yeah.
Mine would have crossed a little bit higher. Bitcoin is rallying. Hey, remember what I said, 71 and a half? Beautiful. We bounced right off of 71 and a half. This is great. And so theoretically, where is Bangbox entering the trade? Probably around 72 and a half.
No, well, I mean, yes, if it went parabolic in the next this candle,
Parabolic, right?
yeah, but it won't, and it'll I don't know, no, not. There's a few moving parts. There's no estimates.
Gotcha. All right, guys. On this note, we're gonna call it a day. Uh, enjoy your Halloween. Enjoy the rest of the week. Uh, man, 12,000 Bitcoin purchased by the ETF, man. If that happens 3 or 4 days in a row, I think we're at 80, 85K.
Agreed, brother. Agreed. All right.
All right. Thank you all for watching, everyone, and see you all on the next one. Oh, and World Series tonight as well. I'm gonna catch that. Yankees Dodgers. It's been
Yeah,
great
there's
games.
there's
Great games.
a lot of Japanese players, Otani and a couple of
Oh
others. So
yeah.
he's the biggest
Otani,
star.
Yamamoto, yeah.
Otani's the biggest star in the world. He's the highest paid athlete in the world. It's
Did he
unbelievable.
really? Did he surpass like
Messi,
Ronaldo
yeah,
and the soccer players and piss
he
off the
did.
rest of the world?
And it's genius too, because he's only taking, and don't quote me on this, check it out yourself. He's only taking a wage of $200,000 a year, but he's got it so he doesn't have to pay taxes in America. So he's only taking $200,000 a year, and then he gets like these. It's like for like the next 75 years or something like that. And like so when he comes back to Japan, he's got like no tax, like the American tax or anything like that. So
Yeah, he comes back to Japan and he'll get paid like his $20 million a year. But the Dodgers are really screwing themselves up. Anyway, we're still live. Probably should save this conversation off topic. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. Those of you in the US or Japan.